Well, it's my great pleasure to welcome to our podcast this week. It is the IBF lightweight world champion, Raymond Muratalla. Ray, first of all, thank you for doing this. I appreciate your time today.
Of course, man. How's it going?
Going good. Thank you so much. We're here to talk about your second title defense. You're going to be taking on the former junior lightweight title holder, Robson Conceicao. Never an easy out for anybody. You guys are fighting August 1st. It'll be the co-feature of the DAZN top-ranked card with Lamont Roach Jr. and William Zepeda. They're fighting in the main event for the WBC vacant lightweight title in your same division. A lot of promoters working together on that show, which is always a nice thing to see. It'll be at the Virgin Hotels in Las Vegas, like I said, on DAZN, also on TNT as part of their fight series in the co-feature. So first of all, I wanted to start off by asking you, just from the standpoint of having what I think will probably be a bigger audience than if it was only on DAZN, because they're also showing this fight, as I mentioned, as part of their TNT fight series. Obviously, you had a lot of fights on linear cable because of all the fights you had on ESPN when a Top Rank was associated with them. Then they didn't have that. Then you guys go to DAZN, but now you get double the exposure, it feels like, because you're on DAZN for this fight and also on linear cable. Can you speak to what that could mean, not only to your career, but any fighter that gets sort of like the double dip to have people looking at them?
Yeah, it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge for all of our careers. You know what I mean? Definitely another audience that gets to tap in and see world class athletes perform. And yeah, man, I think it's gonna be great for us, and I think it's gonna be a great platform. And yeah, man, I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, you have before we get to the fight you have with Conceicao, I just want to look back sort of a little bit at the evolution of you getting to the point where you became a champion. You won the interim title, had like a really good performance, a near shutout decision against Zaur Abdullayev. That was an interim title fight. This is back in May of 2025. The interim title is available because the full champion was Vasily Lomachenko. He was injured, and you were waiting for your opportunity. You had a medical exception, and then like a month after you got that interim title, he vacated and retired, and you got elevated. And I wondered, you ever think to yourself, like, how much would you have loved to fight Lomachenko to win the title in the ring as opposed to get elevated based off of a previous victory?
Yeah, it would have been nice. It would have been nice. It would have been a great experience, So but yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I didn't have any control over that, you know what I mean? So to me, it is what it is, man. It's just like who's next, you know what I mean? So yeah, I was just focused on fighting and staying active, and whoever it was, then that's what it was.
So you were, like I said, elevated to the champion, and they order you to make your mandatory defense. It's against Andy Cruz, the 2020 Cuban Olympic gold medalist, the guy that was revered in the amateurs, had won everything. He was only 6-0 when you fought him. You had, 4 times as many fights as he had when you guys met with each other. He had faced some pretty decent opponents, even though he only had, like I said, a half a dozen fights, but not any real top guys. But he was the favorite to beat you that night. I know you know that. Did that surprise you? And did it kind of tick you off at all that you were being shown such being dismissed almost, even though you were the champion and undefeated?
Yeah, I think it was his background. You know what I mean? They're used to putting guys up, the guys that have the gold medalists. So I knew that was going to be part of it. And I didn't pay too much mind to any of that. I didn't focus on it. I didn't even like dread it or anything. So I was 100% locked in and focused on the fight. Focus on winning. And yeah, man, I did that. I went in there and had fun.
Did it make you in any way even just a little bit sweeter that, as I said, that so many people, sort of surprising to me anyway, sort of dismissed you in that fight, that they thought that Andy Cruz was just going to, basically just, handle you with no problem?
Yeah, it definitely felt good, man. To me, I kind of knew myself. I kind of believed in myself, so I knew what I was capable of doing. So it wasn't huge. It wasn't a surprise at all to me. But yeah, man, I mean, it felt good just to show everybody my skills that I have.
Now, Andy doesn't really speak English, at least not in public, so he's not a big trash talker or anything like that. But I kind of looked at you, not just with the Cruz fight, but other fights also, that sometimes maybe people overlook you because you're not a braggadocious kind of guy. You don't beat your chest. You don't, talk shit with your opponents. You don't bring a lot of attention to yourself. I've just sort of viewed you, this hardworking fighter that basically lets the results in the ring sort of speak for themselves. Um, do you think that's one of the reasons why maybe you get a little bit overlooked because you don't have a big talking game and, you don't do outlandish things and you don't get arrested and all that kind of business?
That's exactly what it is. I think that's exactly what it is. Yeah, I mean, never been like that, and probably never will. You know what I mean? I've always been taught just to be myself and do what I do, and yeah, man. I mean, all the work is being put in. You know what I mean? I'm winning these fights, and I'm gonna continue to keep winning, and I'm gonna continue to keep improving and getting better and better. So yeah, all that other stuff, man. I'm not worried about it, and I put no energy into it.
I was gonna think about this. Like, you ever think, like, maybe for one fight just to try it out, like, I'm gonna be a little more aggressive with what I say, or my actions at a press conference or a weigh-in, and maybe bring a little more attention to yourself. Because look, the talent is one thing, and being the champ is a big deal, of course. But it's also showbiz. It's also entertainment, and obviously the guys that bring the attention, they wind up getting paid more money oftentimes.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, you're right. Yeah, it's sad. That's what it is now, you know. So yeah, man. I mean,
Like, do you ever want to play that game a little bit?
for me, honestly, no. I'll be real with you. Like, no, I don't see myself doing that, and I don't even think about doing it. Yeah, to me, I feel like it's just waste of energy. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. I mean, we'll see what the future holds, and hopefully I can get these big fights just by winning.
So Raymond Muratalla is going to speak softly but carry the big stick, as they say. Uh, when you and
Exactly.
Cruz had your fight, it was a terrific fight. That's the first thing. I think a lot of people really enjoyed that great battle. The kind of fight that not only you as the winner, you were elevated, but even Andy in the loss probably was elevated in the eyes of many because of the way that he fought you. You won a well-deserved majority decision. Scores were obviously kind of all over the place a little bit, 118 to 110, 116 to 112, and one judge had it a draw at 114, 114. Talk to me a little bit about your performance in that fight. Um, you know, I've seen most of your fights, I think, throughout your professional career, certainly once you've gotten to the main TV portion of your career. I thought that was maybe your most impressive performance to date. Uh, Tell me what you thought of it and how it worked out for, how you thought that you took away, all the things that Cruz was so hyped on doing that, you won the fight. I thought very clearly.
Yeah, I mean, I felt amazing that fight. I felt amazing. Yeah, I was just in there just being myself and had fun in that fight, and it was a good challenge, and those are the type of fights that I like. You know what I mean? And still I feel like I could have done better. Um, but yeah, as far as the win, that's one thing that I do. I win. You know what I mean? So yeah, I did that, and I still feel like the world hasn't seen like my full skill set. You know what I mean? So I'm really looking forward to that, and I think with big names, with these big fights, we'll see that.
How much has it meant to your career and just the development of being with Robert Garcia? Everybody views him as one of the top trainers in the sport. For my money, someday he'll be in the Boxing Hall of Fame without question as a trainer. What has he meant to your development and to your camp?
It's been huge. It's been huge for my career, my development. Those guys they know boxing, and I'm blessed to be a part of that team, and yeah, man, it's been nothing but great and nothing but but good people just to be around and to help improve overall as a fighter. So definitely been a huge part of my success, man, and forever I'll be grateful for it.
So I mentioned when you beat Andy Cruz, you beat the 2020 Olympic gold medalist. Now you're going to fight your second consecutive Olympic gold medalist, and Robson Conceicao. He was a gold medal winner for Brazil in 2016. As a matter of fact, was a three-time Olympian for his country. He's been a top guy for a long time, fighting mostly in the junior lightweight division, former world champion. Has faced the best Oscar Valdez, Shakur Stevenson, Emmanuel Navarrete, Oshaki Foster, who he split two fights with when he became a champion, then lost the belt. What does he bring to the table in this fight against you. Some might look at this and say he's had various title fights. Maybe this might be the last shot for him.
Yeah, we know one thing that's for sure. He's gonna come to fight. He always does. You know what I mean? We've never seen a fight where he doesn't come to fight. He's not prepared. So yeah, man, we're going into it. We're going into it just with the mindset of it's gonna be a tough fight. It's gonna be a good challenge, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I think the fight fans and all of the boxing world is gonna be excited for this one, and they're gonna really love this one.
When you fought in the fight with Cruz, it developed into more of a really rough sort of grinding battle as opposed to just like a pure boxing match. Andy, I think sometimes is more of a boxer, but you kind of dragged him into the war type of fight. Conceicao is kind of similar in that sense, it seems to me. He can stand in there and fight for sure, but he also was a very good boxer. Sometimes is very content to fight outside, use his jab, fight at long range. Do you want to drag him into the kind of battle that you had with Cruz, or do you think you can box with them also? Like, how do you see the fight developing in that sense?
I mean, however it plays out, I feel like I'm a complete fighter, and whatever challenges I got to deal with, whatever adjustment I got to make, I'll make in the fight. You know what I mean? So I think it's just a matter of how the fight plays out, and yeah, man, it's gonna be one of those situations where we'll just have to wait and see till the fight comes.
Now, the promoters of this event and DAZN, it is no accident that you're fighting your lightweight title defense on this card, and in the other fight in the main event on this card is another lightweight championship fight. That, like I mentioned, that's Lamont Roach and William Zepeda, two top-notch fighters fighting for the vacant WBC title. Been a lot of conversation that perhaps the winners of this fight might meet later this year or early next year in a unification fight. Is that a priority for you? Assuming, I mean, I know you got to take care of the business in your fight, but is that what is in the back of your mind that, you know what, I'm going to pay attention to that main event after I take care of my business and I want the winner?
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I'm not it's not a priority for me, but at this point, man, I'm focused on my fight right now, and after I get through this fight, then we can talk about it more, but yeah, man, I mean, I'm up to fight anybody. So if that happens, then it happens. You know what I mean? So I'm always up for a fight. So I'm gonna be here. You know what I mean? So whatever happens, happens. And yeah, man, I'm locked in right now and focused on my fight. And after that, man, whatever happens, happens.
Is unification a priority, whether it's against the winner of that fight or obviously you're with Top Rank? Abdullah Mason is the WBO champion, also with Top Rank, just recently defended his title a couple of weeks ago. Are those the fights you want, or is there some other pathway that you're interested in?
I mean, whatever makes sense, man. Whatever makes sense. That's something that we'll talk about with my team and we'll decide on. But as far as big fights, man, those are the fights that I want to make happen. So yeah, man, I'm really looking forward to it, and hopefully we can get these fights going on.
You feel like you're going to be in the lightweight division for a while? I know some guys, that you've been there a long time. Guys eventually look to move up, or are you feel like you're stalwart here at 135 for the time being, especially given that with a victory there'll be, I would assume, other excellent opportunities with a good group of fighters in that division.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll have to see what opportunities pop up. But as far as right now, yeah, I'm comfortable right here. So I'll be staying at 135 and until a great opportunity pops up.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you in Conceicao. I'm looking forward to seeing how the main event unfolds. I think this is a terrific card. I wish you the best of luck, Ray. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Dan. Appreciate you, man.
All right, you bet. Good luck to you.